As the time goes by, as the Trump administration actually keeps doing stupid and tyrannical stuff, I feel my response to it is getting more like, well, you kids get off my lawn. What's up, people? It's me, Crimson60620, and I'm back again with another video. And if you can, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, and we're going to get into this video. Oh boy, this is probably going to make me lose subscribers. When did I really care about that, right? So, I watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of YouTube, and I come across different creators, and yes, I actually watch creators on the right or center right leaning to, well, for video fuel and to learn what the other sides is cooking up, and in a lot of cases they're not sending their best. But in this, I also learned that sometimes we're not sending our best. And what gets me is the incapability of people, especially on the left, that have big cult followings. Just that they know better, but they haven't done anything meaningful other than build themselves a cult. Like, that's the best way to say it. Build themselves a cult of people around them that give any and every excuse for what they do. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking that I'm talking about Destiny, and by the way, he is somebody on the left, even though he doesn't live by all of his principles, and that's not even an excuse. But yeah, no, the left does eat those who don't fall sufficiently enough in line with the most extreme voices on the internet, or isn't radical with the action enough. That's why I recently said in a previous Discord conversation, populism is a stupid idea to try to live by. I know that, one, it feels good to, like, they're the enemy, they're evil, we need to do this extreme step and extreme measure. And when it comes to governing, especially when you don't have access to put people on camps, because that's the thing about populism. Whenever there's people that try to rule by the appearance of populism, there always ends up being camps. You seem ineffectual. You seem like you can't get anything done because you need to, stir up these big emotions of outrage. And goddamn, I am really at the stage of, you kids need to get off my lawn. But anyway, let's go to this recent video, because I saw Westside Tyler talking about it and about Vaush. They have a history of not liking each other. And so I heard his framing, and I wanted to actually do a video talking about my initial reaction to the video. So I haven't even watched it. I watched some of it. So let's go. All right. So this came out a few days ago. I know I'm responding to a video within a week of it coming out. Shocking. Let's go. Let's go.
Jon Stewart. You guys have to stop mentioning Jon Stewart. The guy's really been pissing me off lately, by the way.
Oh no, somebody has been making you mad based on their takes. Somebody. Maybe if he supports, horses, maybe you'll like it, I hear Amaran may be your thing, but she's a cis woman, so she may not be your thing. I know it's a common phrase around my Discord And I think Vaush doesn't like cis or mostly straight leaning people. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's evil. I just think that he's biased to believe that everybody should be like non-cis. Like even if you're, non-binary, he would rather prefer that than cis people. Especially his takes on cis straight man. That's monstrous. Like, oh god, that reminds me. I have a video that I have to do because just haven't been having the time to film like I used to. But let's go.
Way Obama had aura. No, well, actually, that might be a good example. For a little bit, he actually did. That is true, yeah. It just didn't translate into anything, but that is true. There was a period of time where he had aura, for sure. For 100% in 2008, he had aura. Up until the midterms, basically. Though, before the midterms, because he kowtowed pretty early on. I don't know, like...
Governing. And see, this is one of the things that I dislike about Obama, but I dislike the way people describe it. And the Young Turks does this too. This is why I say ruling by populism is stupid, because it, instead of leading you to rule by principles, even if you have to negotiate, people want their party to come in waving around big sticks and say like, no, you're going to do it this way. They want their party to do that. But yet and still, when another party comes and does it, then it's a problem. Now I get it. The conservatives, I'm not going to say Republicans, the conservatives, they're the biggest hypocrites that can hypocrite. However, we know that about them. It's not just that they're given the bad policies. It's about the tools that they use are bad. But you know what? To a lot of people, there are no bad tactics. They're only bad targets. And this whole means justify ends thing, it's destructive. It's just way destructive. Now, did Obama come in and work some deals where he only had like the supermajority in the Senate for like a few months, which a lot of people actually forget, and the Senate is meant as a deliberating body. But most of these people don't know that. They get rid of the filibuster. One of the reasons why Trump can't get his big, beautiful bill right now is because we still got the filibuster. And one of the reasons why Trump got so many judges, federal judges, delivered to the bench is because they got rid of the judicial filibuster. There is wisdom in moving quickly, yes, but there's also wisdom in being deliberative. But these people will never actually, will never acknowledge that, because they want the same dictator ideology. That's why so many of these people wanted Bernie Sanders, because they thought Bernie Sanders was going to come in there, regardless of any of his record, regardless of how he handles stuff, and just come in and press the socialism button right away. Well, let's continue.
It seems like Jon Stewart has been playing the enlightened centrist bit way too much lately. Remember when I showed you guys, because a lot of you were like 5 years old, I showed you.
And see, and this is one of those things too that these people use as weapon. Oh, the enlightened centrist. Oh, they're trying to play it centrist. Oh, and they take centrist as a dirty word. They take liberal as a dirty word. And that's a problem. Because when you don't have anything but extremes, when you don't have people that are willing to say, slow down, don't use that tactic, slow down, move what you want to, but don't try to be that monster. Slow down and address a problem in a way where, yes, we can get to your goal. But just like, oh no, if you don't agree with me, then we're going to have camps. That's a problem. That is a really big problem. Because you no longer have shades of gray. You only have black and white. And yeah, humanity is lost. when you think somebody is just evil or good. But let's continue.
His like march to restore sanity, where in an environment where the Democrats were being weak, but the Republicans were being actively obstructionist, he marched out there and he was like, shouldn't we all get along? Isn't it just a crazy world or whatever? And he
I gotta admit, I need to get more straw. Because, like, this, please tell me where Jon Stewart has actually said this. Please tell me. And I'm not going to go through the whole bad faith, good faith. No, this is specifically a design to rile up his army of bed blobs. Yeah, I'm going to stole that from Chuck Logic. To not go out there and do anything, but just be mad, sit and stew in anger and resentment. Ah, he's a centrist now. When? Where? The last time I checked, Jon Stewart has had, I don't know, a history of trying to advocate to help people. If that's centrist, then I don't know what's left or what's right. Advocating to help people, advocating not to just go full scorched earth for everything. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe you guys can tell me.
literally posted this clip, okay, or the Daily Show did. I mean, he didn't personally. I think what the media has done over the past 10 years is cry wolf to the point where they numbed everyone. Jon Stewart explains his POV on whether to call Trump fascist.
But that's true, though. That's true. You don't get it when everything is an emergency. Nothing is an emergency. I joke. I watch playthroughs of a PC game called Timberborn, and they literally have very low priority, normal, high priority, or very high priority. And there is a joke that with every creator that I watch, it's like, yeah, we mostly every creator that I watch, yeah, we're gonna do high priority on this, high priority on this, high priority on this. And when you do high priority on everything, nothing becomes high priority. This alarmist mentality, this whole idea of, oh no, it's always a constant emergency. It's one, it's a luxury of youth because everything is emergency when you're young or have nothing else to do. And two, it doesn't prioritize what needs to be done. There's a reason why there's a word for triage. There's a concept of triage. And this whole idea of always throwing around the term fascist leaves people numb. And that's, in this side note, this is one of the reasons why this doomerism shit doesn't work. Because what ends up happening is humans have a very remarkable capability of starting to normalize panic. They become numb because after so long, it just becomes the norm. These are the people who complain that, you know, the people just stopped caring about Trump's madness at the end of his last term. Because every day it was just madness. But they're so short-sighted that they can't see that if you all call this man, and this is a problem that we have on the left, is we're starting to lose that creativity of addressing a specific issue. They just say fascist, evil, Nazi, bad, evil, instead of taking the time to explain what the problem is. Again, another stream, I'll put it a different way. It's this whole idea of responding to videos. And instead of actually giving snarky comments and then explaining what's wrong and offering a way of actually addressing it, all these people just have is snark. Ah, they're just stupid. Ah, they're just cowardly. Explain why it's wrong. But let's continue.
This is unironically fascist apologia. Trump was always a fascist, whether or not he was ideologically a fascist.
And see, this is so. Wait. So by saying that we need to actually use words effectively, it's just fascist apologia. Come on, man. You have to be joking with me. You have to be joking with me. Come on, man. This is stupid. This is a reflection of somebody who stays in their house all the time and is just super connected. Who is just, oh my God, just like always connected. Everything is bad. This is the same man. I have the clip on it of saying that, you know, you can't be doomers. You have to keep fighting. And yet and still, here we are.
Fascist is irrelevant. It was the byproduct of his neuroses. It wasn't they didn't cry wolf enough. In the run-up to 2016, the media mostly treated him like a joke. They didn't take him seriously enough. And then during his presidency, the only reason he didn't do more harm was because there were so many people in his own administration holding him back, you know? Adults in the room, neocons, people who were aware of how bad what Trump was doing you know?
What do you say to your critics who are saying that you're being light on the fascist message recently?
Oh, I tell my critics, shut up. You're a fascist. No. So
copyright audio, copyright video.
Because I understand the desire, but like
So he's actually explaining this. He is explaining this. Oh my God. This is so stupid. He is explaining it. He told a joke. Yes, he told a joke. But he is actually explaining it in a way that may even sound similar to what I said. It's like these people don't understand subtext, context. It's like if you're not going full freaking hog, then you're an enemy. Wow. All right. Maybe I'm Paul's Annie in this. Maybe it's going to explain different. Let's go.
I'm very big on, and I know it's annoying, but specificity and nuance. And I think if you cry fashion,
you can't have nuance for people who sell outrage. This is exactly a point that I've made in a recent video. You can't have nuance, specificity in somebody who sells outrage. No. It's inevitable to what they want to actually message they want to push.
Fascism at every administrative overreach, even the ones that are constitutionally okay, you will find yourself out of fascism bullets when the time really comes.
This is, you could literally make this argument about presidential military action without congressional approval. Oh, well, you know, the president has the constitutional authority to deploy the military in emergency times, which can be contingent upon designation.
But you can. Screaming out fascism doesn't actually stop it. It doesn't. The only way it actually should and could be stopped is to push your representative to somebody to take that power back from the president. Stop it. Oh my God. Fascist, fascist, fascist. Oh, okay, what are you going to do about it? No, just fascist, fascist. This is stupid. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is just dumb.
As a terrorist organization. So actually, like the fact that the president no longer needs congressional approval to declare war, that's actually fine. Like this is pathetic. It's pathetic.
To remind people of, because
see, here, this is what I'm talking about. It's just snark. It's just like, I don't like what he said. I don't like how the way that actually appears. God damn it. Wow.
You will, I think what the media has done over the last 10 years is cry wolf to the point where they
saying this when the right completely controls the media, when Fox News is by far the largest news show and independent media has been completely broken in by the right to the point where the oligarchs who own social media are.
They only control the media because you keep y'all communities sequestered off in some small little corner of the internet and you don't do anything to expand it. You only actually preach to the choir. preaching to the choir. I'm sorry. If you're a long-time channel viewer, you know what that comes from. But that's all you're doing. These right-wing media sources, they're actually trying to reach out to people that appear normal and not just try to browbeat them into the way that you want to see it. And if they don't, then they're evil, they're fascist. Oh, they don't think that the other kin are a legitimate like way of looking at society. Like no, you're gonna seem weird to some people, and just because you seem weird to them doesn't mean that they want to march everybody who's non-straight, non-white into death camps.
Literally just attending Trump events and palling around with them.
Numbed everybody.
I know it's super quiet. I'm sorry. That's the clip they posted.
It was an anesthetic. And it got to where, what was the thing they litigated throughout this campaign? He's a fascist. He's a terrible person. Democracy is on the ballot. Guess what lost? At the ballot. If you told us democracy is on the ballot, well, democracy got its ass kicked.
Like, what is the point here? The Democrats mounted ineffective resistance, so they should have been even less effective?
You're ineffective as well. Stop trying to separate yourself from the Democratic Party. You're ineffective as well. You feel just as bad as the Democratic Party. The problem is they actually also got representatives elected. They got senators elected. What did you get elected? You got nothing elected. No far left person got elected. No far enough to be centrist for your position got elected. They won some of their elections. And surprise, they even took back some seats in the House. What did you take back? What did you do? You did nothing but sit on the sidelines and complain that, oh, Genocide Joe, oh, bombing Kamala. You did nothing but snark because you thought yourself too good to join the body politics. Because I don't want to be part of the system. I'm going to be better than that. I'm going to do a community network. Where's your victory? Where's your wins? They're not there. Where's your accomplishments? The only thing you accomplished was tying the Democratic Party to some of the most extreme people in your community that you probably have an issue with. All because of your pride. All because of your high grandiose attitude of, well, I'm cooler than my parents. Yeah, I actually have an issue. But not only that, just the whole nature of this setup. I know I stream videos. I know I stream to an audience of people. But just like the nature of some of these stream chats, this sycophantic group of cultist members, it disgusts me. Because a lot of these people just want community. And some of these people are quite literally mentally ill from the standpoint of not knowing how to interact with society. This is a problem. And before you get all, oh, he's being ableist. No, some of this stuff you can just learn not to do. Get outside. Go outside. Talk to people. Stop being Discord people all the time. Stop looking at the world through the lens of always being online. It's painful. But let's continue.
Like, the Democrats did a bad job pushing back against Trump. So as a consequence, like, we were wrong to call him a fascist. What does that even mean?
What did you do to push back against Trump? What did you do? You were just as effective. Where's your results?
By a majority vote. So I'm very cautious about when to know, like, yeah, hopefully I won't do it the night after Crystal.
And you know what? Here's the thing. And I'm just going to actually be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest with you. What upsets me the most, what truly upsets me the most is this whole, waiting for Superman idea, this whole, but I need a dear leader idea, the same thing that they criticize MAGA for. It's this whole idea of, but we need the president. The president needs to do it. The president needs to do it. Where are you? Let's go.
Not, I'll get it. But it's like, when do you put your dog down? Like, it's one of those things, like, you're not quite sure. But I do understand how it.
Wasn't this about aura? Does being wrong negate aura now? Well, I'm mostly talking about him being wrong, but also the way in which you're wrong can negate aura. Yeah. This isn't like a sturdy, principled position. This is weak kowtowing. It's pathetic. He used to have more.
And this, my dear viewer, is one of those things, because I know it. I know what it is. And we're probably going to go into, like, why this is such a big deal. Because he didn't own the conservatives. He didn't own MAGA. You need to always own these people, because everything is about owning these people. Everything is about winning on appearances, but nothing else, because appearances is the only thing that matters, because reasons. I wish I was more of a mastermind to do this, but I try to put little breadcrumbs in my Discord server. By the way, I have a Discord server of just opening up people to look at things a different way. And recently, I've actually put a video in my Discord server that was produced by Dark Matter 2525. I've covered his videos on my channel, where a lot of these, and he lays it out purely and simple. A lot of the stuff that you see online has to do with the depth of truth. And he points out a specific thing where a lot of people would lie or mislead or over exaggerate, all to make the other side look evil. And if they can't make the person look evil by just, calling them outright evil, they try to fit them some way into the other side, just to get a win, a score on the person that they don't like. And it's sad. Let's go.
Or aura. I think he's right in the sense that right-wing media has cheapened those words, but he didn't say that, though. That would be the opposite of the point that he made,
But that's what he said. That's exactly what he said. That the media has cheapened those words to the point where it becomes meaningless. That's exactly what he was saying. But because it wasn't neat and packaged, and you can't farm outrage from what he was saying right away, you have to farm outrage for yourself.
No. Yes, I did hear Bill Burr, seemingly the only stand-up comedian who isn't a Hitlerite.
People that are struggling.
So now Jon Stewart is a Hitlerite because he's not trying to farm outrage. And even Bill Burr, he's not trying to farm outrage. He's just talking to a specific type of people. Oh, all right, let's go.
Out there because of these f***ing billionaires. And they got us all arguing liberal and conservative. We got to stop doing that. Like, I'm so tired of hearing about people going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much f***ing money in this country. And there's so much work being done, And if you work a full f***ing week at a job, you should be able to pay your f***ing rent. You shouldn't have to go out and get a f***ing job and still be struggling.
What's he saying with the beeps? Not
it's
bad
bad
words,
for the country.
I legitimately sometimes just think some of these people just, because text communication can't dictate tone, they they don't even know how to joke or be sarcastic about things. And in turn, people who have even less social skills can't, dictate understand the sarcasm, can't understand the hyperbole, or even can't understand, the satire. All right, let's go.
Because then the kids don't see their parents, so they're not getting the upbringing that they need. It's so fucking these fucking billionaires.
He's just saying beep.
They need to be put down. Like fucking rabid dogs. They're like rabid with greed, and just going out and just.
Unironically, the energy that Democrats need to adopt. Maybe they can cut it a little bit to the the needs of censors, but essentially.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. You can't have your message just being, yeah, we need to have camps. Yeah, we need to have necktie polls. You can't just keep having that. For one, you're not gonna do it. Let's be honest. These people that are in the online left, they're not gonna do it. They're not. Secondly, you're gonna put off people who don't want to just, re-educate or, eliminate their political rivals. That's not going to happen. The whole idea of that will accelerate the whole idea of, well, politicians are just the same. It just depends on if you're, blue or red. It's like these people don't understand humans. But let's go.
Essentially. By the way, it's not like Republicans don't do this. Republicans take this kind of messaging except with like trans teachers in elementary schools or whatever. Now that's Aura. That is Aura. 100%. Yeah. He also.
No, that's not. And if you actually have a movement that's based on that, you just look like petulant children throwing a tantrum because they can't play with their favorite toys. And that's the thing. A lot of this, it's just like people look like petulant children. Oh, we need to do this. We need hang Mike Pence. They look like petulant child. And the fact that you think that makes them look cool by acting the same way, that isn't about that you have a higher moral cause. That's about, I want to make them hurt. And last time I checked, the left was alleviating pain. Except for the people I don't like, then they can be in much pain as they want to.
Also defended Luigi. Basically, the Democrats kneecap Bernie. You think they'd allow this rhetoric, though? Corvos, here's the thing you have to understand, okay? It doesn't matter what they allow. You just have to do it. Super delegates are a thing still.
They get people scared that people, like, literally, one of the biggest things that a lot of conservatives are scared about is that people are going to come and trans them, even though they want to, but they don't really want to because reasons. Stop this, man. This avocation of violence, this avocation of tyrannical rule, even though it's for your side. Rules don't justify every means you take to get there. But no, these people don't see that. Only thing that they see is we need to make them pay. They need to suffer. It's madness. But let's continue.
Yeah, and just keep at it. What's your suggestion then? We just die forever? We rot? Crows pick our eyes out of the ground? What are you talking about? Oh, the Democrats are internally biased against progressives. Yeah, I know. We're aware. What are you going to do? Become not progressive so you can win? Ken Martin put out a memo.
He just acknowledged it. He acknowledged it. Oh my God. He acknowledged it. I can't believe it. He just acknowledged it. What are you going to do? Not become progressive so you can win? So you're telling me the Dems wins over progressive? Oh man. Like it's like that whole and like if you can say all you want to, populism is actually good, but if that was the case, then the progressives would actually be more popular. Their policies are more popular, but for some reason they're not winning.
Oh, to Democrats about something something. I'm bored already. What is this? Who gave me this? BGL? What is this? Ken Martin sent a memo to all elected Democrats saying unions must be the backbone of our fight. Vaush, pretty base, worth a read. Where are the pictures? Yeah, single space? Lamau? What do you mean Lamau? You think I'm joking? Bottom line, in his first term, Donald Trump relentlessly pursued policies that harmed.
Did this man actually say where are the pictures and was serious? Okay, let's just get back into it.
Working families, but his first month back in office proves he was just getting started. Trump and his billionaire backers are hell-bent on attacking working families and dismantling the unions to protect workers and enrich themselves. As Democrats, it is our responsibility to stand up for the working people, unite behind the kitchen table issues that connect us all. As I take over chair of the DNC, union workers and labor leaders will be the core to my decision-making. As Trump wages his war on working families, Democrats will fiercely answer the call to my favorite old union song, Which Side Are You On? I'll tell you what, Democrats are on the side of the worker. We will show Americans every day that workers do in fact have more power than any billionaire. That's nice.
So here's another thing that, like, it's been said about Vaush is that people that he feels are part of the working class are okay, but he has a very narrow definition of who's part of the working class, who deserves the empathy of being able to struggle. Like, he did a whole video of calling people in middle America just, living in third world countries. Like, I don't think he's going to take this phrasing well. He's going to find some sort of way of being a representative of the coastal elite where they look down at middle America. But maybe I'm wrong with this one. Let's go.
Nice. I like that. The messaging divide, however, that's the important one. The messaging divide's the important one. Like, here, you have the point, right? But how do you do it? That's the difficult part. I fundamentally believe our party is grounded in the values, principles, and aspirations of the working class. My take is that, like Biden, he will be the best of my lifetime and still not be able to meet the moment. Yeah, because, like, being pro-working class is one thing, but it's about, like, the messaging.
And see, that's the thing. He's actually recognizing that Biden was, like, a really good president when it came to unions and the National Labor Board. But even then, it wasn't enough because he didn't go full hog. The fact that he got rid of a lot of student loan debt for a lot of people, the fact that he protected the environment, like, it's not even recognizing the wins that were actually there. It's just that, this person is completely bad on this one thing, so everything is all bad. You wonder why there was no enthusiasm.
Strategy. It's about how you approach people. It's about how you get that out there. And again, like, none of this means anything unless it's bound to get. You need a binding agent, like with making cake batter, okay? And the binding agent here needs.
No. You have to have multiple different strategies because people. And I know this may be weird because you only have a coldest audience. People are different. The way you affect people and get your message out has to be tailor-made to them.
Needs to be hatred and mockery and scorn. Okay, enough of the kitchen.
Wait, what? Let's run that back because I may have missed something
out there. And again, like, none of this means anything unless it's bound to get. You need a binding agent, like with making cake batter. Okay, and the binding agent here needs to be hatred and mockery and scorn.
I know I get into an argument with my Discord server, and that's fine. This is what I have. But hatred, mockery, and scorn and shame isn't effective for everybody. What you're thinking is it's effective for what you thought about something, but it's not effective for everybody. And I stand by that. If you think that you're gonna push hatred to get people to feel the way you want, mockery to mock people with, like, okay, there was a conversation going on in my Discord server. And I didn't have a chance to call this out because, quite frankly, I throw topics out there on my Discord server and I'm just looking for people to start a conversation. But it was a point that was made, and I kind of think that it was actually missed. And the point was that the R slur, or being mean to gay people, and it was made that shame got people to change their mind about things. And I was just sitting back and I didn't have time to type it because like it was a discussion, and you know, it's like you miss your chance. And for those people who think that shame and just making it that's bad, they did acknowledge, rightly so, that it's starting to get pushback about that whole shaming and talking bad about people. It's starting to get pushback where people are just like, they're becoming dull to the shame of it. And one point that I just wanted to point out, because I didn't want to seem like a jerk, but why do gay people need rights? Why did they need acceptance? And it's so elementary. I think people overlooked it. You can't shame somebody into a worldview, a way of living, a behavior. You can't shame everybody. Because for the longest time, being gay, being trans was something to be shamed about. And those people still stuck to who they were, still stuck to what they believed, and still stuck to their activity, even though there was shame about, and it didn't change them. What makes you think that people who have a different worldview will all of a sudden be changed by shame? Shame is not an effective way of getting humans to do something for a long period of time. I'm sorry, it just isn't. It may drive that behavior underground, but it's not a way of actually resolving the issue. Actually, self-interest is a way of getting people to do something that you want. Not in the sense of, oh, I don't want to be ostracized from the community. It's like, you see a benefit in it. You see a benefit in not policing other behaviors because you don't want your behaviors policed. That's what they suggest is the reason behind our moral system. Not some great deity, not some unwritten but objective cosmic rule. It's because I didn't want to support living in a society with thieves because I don't want stuff to be, stolen from me. That's one of the most effective ways of getting humans to do what you want. It's called being part of a society. But let's continue.
Okay, enough of the kitchen table politics bullshit. Enough of the, hey, we've got the better policy bullshit. No one gives a fuck about policy, okay?
But yeah, they do. Everybody cares about policy. You don't dress it up in just policy. But this is coming from a community of people who says, just go read theory. This is theory. You need to have theory. Of course people care about policy.
One is narratives, main characters, big bombastic moments, okay? We want big dramatic speeches. We want, ships capsizing, planes falling from the sky, tumultuous weather.
And again, this is the rhetoric of a populism. But this is also a rhetoric of somebody who's never lived a day in the real world. Who's never lived a situation where you have to negotiate. The most problems that he had to deal with was, oh, we're just going to cut this person off from my community. Oh, we're going to go a fortress arc. Oh, we're not going to, this is the rhetoric of somebody who grew up in the suburbs and never had to struggle for anything other than approval. Not approval from family members, but approval to get popular. Let's go.
Events. We want shit happening. We want stories. Every day there needs to be a new miracle, a new disaster. We want hype and we want aura moments, essentially. I want every Democratic politician aura farming nonstop, okay? I want every single one of them posing in the...
This isn't a anime. I'm sorry. You're not gonna get... well, you don't want to follow my lead. Striking, slashing... House Resolution 3520. Like, that's not going to happen. This isn't an anime. That's not how governance works. And this is what I mean. So many of these people don't know how governance work, especially in the representative democracy that we have. This is stupid. When did the last time have you heard this man talk about his local politician? His local representative? And like, yeah, you say, oh, well, I don't want to dox myself. But like, for real? When is the last time you heard this man talk about his senator? This policy? When was the last call to action that Vaush put out? That Hassan put out? Hell, Destiny at least did more call to action than this fool. And he's a sex pest. like what? All these people that, I don't like this one organization. What are you doing to change it? Let's continue.
You had to give it to them. Hands clasped across the crotch pose every time there's a camera on them. All the time. And they need to dress better. Start smoking cigars in public, Do your best Al Capone cosplay. I don't give a shit. Or a farm. Yep, that's DEI or DIE. Anytime.
This isn't a stream, Vaush. This isn't just, we're going to rule with an iron fist, but because we have a red glove on it, it's our iron fist. You are literally advocating for what you criticize Trump and the conservatives are doing. Again, these people look at the ends and say, well, the means justified. the means are justified by the ends.
I say people look at me and go, but the polling said the Dems wanted to go more moderate. Shoot me, Vaush, shoot me. Yeah, and imagine if Republicans listen to polling data. We might not be on the brink of total nationwide collapse right now. Sorry, Mr. Trump, it's 2021 and we've done some polling and it turns out that the Republicans and Americans broadly don't actually want anything you're proposing. And then they went and did it anyway. And then they won. I don't actually think people would like an unelected half a trillionaire cutting up the government with unilateral authority and no oversight, cutting Social Security and Medicaid. Who cares? They did it anyway. Or a farm. Don't poll the people on what they want. The people are stupid. Don't ask them whether or not they want more moderate Dems. If they wanted more moderate Dems...
Wait. Hold on.
Then why the does the average Democrat, why does the average American vote for referendum policies to
because they think that the modern Dems are what they want. Oh my God, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. This is the problem. People like this think that they're too smart for the average person. People like this think that the average person is just beneath them. Yes, you know what Florida did? They voted for a higher minimum wage, but they also voted for conservatives. That is an inconsistency. Welcome to dealing with these things called humans. And yes, the voters hold a lot of blame in who they elect to office by not researching them, not making sure that their choice for representative actually goes for their benefit. They hold a lot of blame. And the politicians that they're trying to get their vote holds a lot of blame too. But you also hold some of that blame for goddamn creating an environment where you say, oh, Democrats and conservatives are all the same. Nobody's hands is clean in this. But yet and still, you want to actually, postulate like you're just, these people are just stupid and they should just know better and they should just do what you want to do. And people that don't want to do what you want to do, they're your enemies. And if they're not your enemy, they're just too stupid to understand. So they're drooling when they put the ballot to vote. God, this is just so demeaning.
The left of what the Democrat politicians offer. Why is it that Medicare for all is more popular than the Democrats who push it?
Then why don't you have representatives and senators that actually win? And before, but it's money and these, like, no. If you think that yours is better, go knock on some doors. Go to the community meetings. You don't want to do that. You just want to sit on the internet and just preach how I'm cooler than you. I'm cooler than you. I know theory and I'm cooler than you. And because you don't know as much, you're just idiotic heathen that needs to listen to me because you don't know how to do it right. And what's with this whole fashion thing? I know part of it is a joke, but also part of it is like, I'm a fashionista. So it's literally, it's the same thing that Hassan does with his consumption. It's this whole idea that I'm better than you, not just because, look how popular I am, but now he has this whole thing. I can dress better than you, so I'm a fashionista, so I know better because I have style. His audience actually buys this. Let's go.
Or pushed it, depending on, how opportunist they wanted to be at that given point in time. The voters are stupid, so treat them like they're stupid. Don't pretend that they're not.
And there it is. There's just the naked truth. There's the naked truth. This is the crap that I just hate too. A lot of these online leftist big streamers, hell, a lot of people who's just on the online left, they think that they're going to be part of the vanguard. That's where their moral superiority. I know theory. So when communism happened, and I'm going to be in the vanguard, I'm going to be above all this petty working that the proletariat is going to be having. That's the problem. That is the problem right there. But let's go.
Don't expect them to follow the news. Don't expect them to be familiar with the ins and outs of policies. Hype farm. Aura. We want aura. I want personality cults. I want people wearing...
And see, that's like, you're criticizing MAGA for doing this. And before you think that it's to both sides, you would rather have an easily controlled populace just following along what you're saying. And why do I say that? Because look at how this stream is. Look at the people that's in this stream chat. If you ever looked at a lot of these online content creators, people are actively looking to them for their political beliefs. They are actively asking, but what do you think about this? What should I do here? Why? I don't get it. What should I do? Make up your mind and grow the fuck up. Like, my God, go outside. Live life, interact with people that you feel that are just completely wrong. Interact with them. What, are you scared that their stupidity is going to rub off on you? Well, maybe something called social skills will rub off on you as well. I swear. Let's go.
DNC merchandise as a daily wear. They have their MAGA hat. Okay. Have Butch walking around downtown Chicago with official branded DNC carabiners or whatever.
And it's turning into there are no bad tactics, only bad targets. Literally. Wow. I don't have to make the whataboutism. He's doing it for me. This is pathetic. This is, and I get it, and I gave people a couple of months to deal with the fact of the 2024 election, the loss. This is going in a completely wrong way. And again, to tie this back into the original start of this segment, well, if you ain't going full hog, like, yeah, let's destroy the Republicans, then you're just as bad as the Republicans. Is this what the online spirit has actually devolved to?
Okay? Aura. Woke socks. Precisely. Yeah, I remember the polls when everyone wanted us to pull out of Afghanistan, and then Biden did, and his approval ratings collapsed and never recovered. Yeah, I remember. Carabiners. Yeah. I wouldn't know. Sorry, I'm not a lesbian. Though I yearn like they do sometimes, because I'm a different kind of guy. Bring your 2016 Feel the Burn t-shirts out. I want people treating their preferred politicians, you know, like with the personality cult, basically.
This is the mindset of any streamer. That's it. I don't know what else to say. And these are the same people that will get mad at people who are religious. But they want the same type of devotion because it's easy. Instead of actually addressing people's concern, instead of actually building the basis of actually trying to resolve an issue. No, we're going to make a big slogan and then make sure you listen. What about the steps of it in resolve? No, we just want to have power.
Basically, like this. There's a Bernie Sanders staffer who's aura farming with a gorgeous, I'm going to say, cavalry twill, navy blazer, white Oxford cloth button-down shirt, classic chinos.
This has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. It can't be nothing more than a joke. This has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. This has to be a joke.
And a gigantic campaign sticker across the laptop. He's got the Bernie hat. We need everyone looking like this, but for whoever's running in 2028 all the time. Not just college campuses, okay? This shit needs to be everywhere. Bring wokeness back. Could fascism be used for good? What the f*** are you saying? Could Hitler be used for good if you pointed him at landlords instead of Jews? What are you talking about?
But that's what you're asking. You're asking the same type of tactics. You're asking the same type of tactics. Only because your side is morally right. This is the same man that criticized people for being morally lucky. This is the same man that actually denigrates the MAGA cult. This is loser behavior.
Fascism? No, we need everyone dressed like this. Do you think I'm joking? Do you think I'm making a joke? Do I seem like I'm joshing to you? It's the era of populism. That means aura. That means personality cults. Okay? Democrats need to be hogging the camera all the time they have. Okay?
And see, that's the bad part about it. When you get humans riled up, they make stupid decisions. And I'm sorry. 2024, as well as the counterparts around other elections, were mainly dictated around the party who was already in power. That's the thing that they don't want to tell you. That's the thing that a lot of these online leftists don't want to actually admit. It wasn't just that, oh yeah, we saw the conservative rise. It's literally the party that was in power that was affected by inflation. Whether you were a conservative party in power, whether you were, because that's the thing. Poland, they were trending conservative, but because inflation happened where the conservative party was in power, it trended towards the liberal party. That's the problem. And when you just have this centralized view of, oh, it must be just this, where there was a global issue that affected the globe and the trend went towards humans being humans, blaming the people that was in power no matter what their policies were, sprinkling in the top of, well, they're just the same as the other bad guys, and apathy set in. Let's go.
Everything they can do. How can we possibly win if we don't if the Democrats don't inspire so much faith in the population that people aren't walking around wearing their merchandise all the time.
I'm done. I can't anymore. I can't. So you guys said, I don't know what else to say. This is trash. This whole idea of whatever, what's ever going on, we're gonna out MAGA. This is the same person that was complaining about blue MAGA and how people were sticking up for Joe Biden no matter what. Now you're advocating for the same exact thing that you were against 8 months ago. Why? Because you were wrong then. You were wrong then. You lost because you made it seem like the Democrats and the conservatives were all the same. Now you're going to get a taste of an unbridled conservative agenda. But hey, I'm just an old man on the internet that's seen political movements rise and fall, and the fact that we have the internet doesn't mean that it's something new. It's just more accelerated. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe, and we're gonna cut this segment here.
I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. Join the Guardians, become a member, or become a subscriber on YouTube, Patreon, and help support the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and the next one should be popping up on your screen. Subscribe, and if you haven't checked it out and want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon. Thanks.